So, shout out to everybody that's been viewing my Dog Love and Pitt album. So in 2019, 2020, I had the opportunity to sign up with Wake Technical Community College and discuss kind of my options for an associate's degree. I was so close to a second associate's, and then I called and she was saying, "You have an associate's of business in applied business, and you also are close to an associate's of arts." So I went for the associates of arts, and I created Dog Love and Pit. I went and got my real ID, and of course, I treated it like a movie scene, creating a movie scene that was for driving. And my whole topic is vocational, and with vocational, that includes the studies of vocation. And I had chosen an industry that I'm not used to and not used to driving in. I chose Dog Love and Pitt because Pitt Community College is one of my alma maters. I graduated in 2013 in the dual enrollment program, and from what I hear, I'm an excellent driver. I consider myself an excellent driver, so I was paying attention to roads that I know best, where I had to create my own scenes and movie scenes. They were explaining to me how to make a scene out of a program, and I wanted to add a building on campus. The album that I did the background behind it, did the operating agreement, I did the diorama behind it, and it's worth about 5 billion USD to the colleges Wake Tech and Pitt Community College. And I'm actually at the continuing education programs and not actually in the colleges, but using it to actually show my versatility. And you know, the goal was to discuss vocational, to discuss being on the road, to discuss the rights on the road, and to actually discuss the vehicles themselves. We wanted to discuss a 1965 era, not just that year, but an era of Mustang. We wanted to discuss a classic Mustang, vintage Mustang, and the brand new electric Mustang that's coming out. That's a hybrid. We wanted to be able to discuss in it. And when I say we, because in a community college, you have the opportunity to collaborate with other collaborators, and you have the opportunity to talk about your advertising and partnerships. So I use we because of the communal college aspect to it, where they can add different comments, add different mentions. And when I'm on the road, I treated it as if I'm the only one that was on the road. I treated it as if I'm the only one in the car, which I'm a very safe driver and trying to make sure to cut everything off. There was nothing else in my other seats, nothing else on my brain, nothing else on my mind. And, I had already completed all of my other projects and tasks. This was so normally I would use this for scouts, but I chose to use it for my Associates of Arts degree, where there was nothing on my head, nothing on my mind. I didn't have anything bothering me while I was doing it, and so I was using my real ID to actually get out there and film their set for them so they can build my arts degree for me. And they're not really building a degree, but for an associates of arts, you got to be talking about art, and you got to be talking about business to an extent, because I wanted to build a facility on campus, and I treated that particular album as if my students are at a community college. It's much different than a university, because you have to relate to the students that you want to talk to. In a vocational field, you have to give students something that they admire, and it could have went to the high schools, but I'm actually at the college, so I can get those credits and get that respect and that homage out of doing an album like that and producing an album of that nature, which I had never done before. I had block scenes and stuff like that before in my head. So when they were discussing an associates of arts, I decided, okay, I'm coming heavy, I'm coming hard, I'm coming on that stuff. So people back up off of everything that I'm doing. And we wanted to be able to. They wanted me to build a diorama around it. So I built the diorama to show them exactly what I was discussing, what I was talking about, and it's a self-sustainable diorama where I have built a complete program on campus through there. So they can talk about safety on the roads. They can talk about vehicle use. They can talk about things you're not supposed to do while you're on the road, including those that are medicated while you're on the road. If you don't know what you're doing, or you're not professional about what you're doing, including backseat drivers and passenger drivers, where I had to have a conversation about them on a virtual platform, where when I'm in school, I don't expect anybody else to be in school with me. So when they're popping up virtually and virtual programs and stuff and deciding to come into the car and stuff and distract me from what I'm doing, making sure that everybody knows, just like on a NASCAR track, or just like shooting free throws, where everybody is out there making jokes, or chanting, or trying to throw you off focus, where you have to be that focused on the road, including as a stunt driver, including as somebody who has to have full command and control of the vehicles on the road, because it's not always you that's the problem. Sometimes it's other people on the road. So we put that to the test, and I put it to the fact. So I didn't allow them to be in the car with me, but they chose to get in the car virtually anyway and make commands, and I had to have them removed. I had to have them removed. Some people got charged. Um, some people got some consequences behind getting in a car, where I've asked them not to sit in a car where I'm shooting a scene or shooting a movie and using my ID to do so. So with Dog Love and Pitt, I wanted an album that was upbeat. I wanted an album that uses pieces of the community, uses services in the community, uses the student nature in the community, and that's where Dog Love and Pitt was born. Because with Go Bulldogs, Pitt Community College, I wanted them to take us to the basics, bring us down to the basics. So there's nothing on your head besides what you have to do in that moment. Same thing when I'm in class at Pitt Community College. I used to love going to class at Pitt Community College, because they didn't give you as much work as a university, but they make you stay on the basics. And when you stay on the basics, it ain't a lot of stuff that's bothering you and affecting you, or pulling you out of your era, pulling you out of your zone. So I appreciate the opportunity of being able to address the album and address the project, and I hope that Pitt Community College and Wake Technical Community College accepts my submission for an Associates of Arts degree. And I hope that they allow the building that I want on campus, and not only that building, the other buildings that were asked for, and the purchasing and selection of those vehicles that were selected from the Mustang franchise, including one for myself personally, one for each member of my team, and then certain Mustangs that will stay on campus for driving and for use on campus and in the community driving. So I appreciate you all allowing me to get up there and show my album. It's on Facebook. I have other pieces of it going, but as an alumnus of the program and working for my Associates of Arts degree, I felt it was important, and also for us to discuss safe driving, for us to discuss um, sober driving, and for us to discuss different issues that happen on the road, including what your responsibilities are as a passenger while on the road and while inside the vehicle, including with stunt drivers. If you don't trust, then don't get in the car. Go Bulldogs. Go Wake Tech.